I know you wrote an article. Takeaways from the Bears. What struck you about that Bears game? And the offensive line, you had one starter. Bad offensive line to begin with. You had one starter playing, so I didn't expect much. What were your takeaways from the Bears' loss?
And one of the backups to the backup, Tevin Jenkins, who was in for Wyatt Teller, went down, and you had a backup to a backup, Garrett Sullinger, who was already cut this week. He had never played before. I'm sure they'll bring him back to the practice team, but you know, it's so difficult for me to evaluate anything with that offensive line. And if anything, it just shows you that you really need to overhaul it. And I look at the Bears. Last year, Caleb Williams was beat all up. And then this year, in the offseason, they overhauled their offensive line. And it started by going and getting Pro Bowler Joe Thuney. Well, they drafted a couple guys and they overhauled their offensive line. And now they're protecting him pretty well. And you see a team 10-4. So I think that's where you have to address. Sure, they also got some wide receivers, and I think you have to address those two areas: offensive line, primarily tackles, and wide receiver. But yeah, I think the recipe in that game was very similar. Opening kickoff, Kevin Stefanski defers the toss, and so the Browns kick off. The Bears return it 52 yards to Browns territory. Browns defense did hold and force a punt, but pinned them on the inside the 1 yard line. A short punt, another 18-yard punt return. They start on the 42 of the Browns and they get a touchdown. And you're playing from behind the rest of the game. And that's a bad situation for a rookie quarterback to be in, especially when you can't get any offense going, can't get the run going. So I just think it's a combination. Again, special teams, poor offensive play all overall, and it starts with the offensive line. The Bears looked at them and said, boy, they have to run the ball to beat us. And they just took Quinshon Judkins out. He got no push. He was getting tackled before he could get started. I think he had 1.8 yards a carry. So that's just not going to cut it no matter what you have back there. So as I described in the headline, it was a beatdown.